have a new toy. 10 out of 10 from me. I'll be honest, it was slightly touch and go there for a second. It's fine to not always feel like creatively inspired. Tuesday for me. I am having a work from home day mixed with life admin because that just seems to happen every time. First task, I need to actually plug all these things in from camping. Thank you so much to those of you that watched the camping video last week. I know it was a bit different to what I usually post. If you haven't seen it, it's just wholesome, good vibes. I said in the beginning of that video, I'm not an adventure channel and I'll never be. It was just zen, cheap, easy holiday. When you say cheap, after you've bought all the camping equipment, of course. So we have the pile of things that needs recharging because we're actually going camping this weekend with my sister-in-law and her boyfriend. So that's basically why we went last week. We wanted to make sure that everything was going to work okay. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly plug these in and then we're gonna go up to the office and make a bit of a plan for the day. Excuse me, sir? Excuse me? What are you doing? That's not for kittens. Why do I feel like he's judging me that I need to tidy up? Gus, why are you biting that? That's not yours. Excuse me. That's not yours, Babs. Honestly, you know I need to sort my life out when I can't find my tripod for the camera. So if you end up at awkward angles, that's why. I honestly don't know where it is. It rarely leaves my office. So it must be buried somewhere in here. I need to tidy it up. I'm not going to do that right now. Can't be bothered. I'm going to fold this chair up though, so I actually have room. This folding chair from FlexiSpot, oh my god, best chair ever. And I am going to finally make the towel shorts. Quite a few vlogs back, I bought these. 2 different towels, just from Asda. This one, my boyfriend said this reminds him of Elmer, the elephant. I can't even argue with that because I think he's right. And then this green stripe pair. I feel like this one is one I'm more likely to actually wear, but this one was fun, so I bought both. I've just found a pattern on Etsy. It looks like it's going to be easy to follow. So I'm hoping in like an hour, maybe, I can get this done. Don't know if I'm being very optimistic here, but I just need to figure out what size and hope and pray that I've got enough short material in this. If you hold it round me, I can't see why that wouldn't fit as a pair of shorts. So, not sure that's how people measure things, but here I am. I realised as well, if I planned ahead, I could just get the patterns printed out at A0 size rather than A4 and having to like piece together all the pieces of paper. But I am never that prepared, so the likelihood of me actually doing that is very low. So yeah, for now, I mean, I have an A4 printer, I might as well make the most of it. I have a lot of scrap paper that I've accidentally printed on the wrong side, so hopefully we can reuse them. The pages are printed. Tidied up, didn't I? The tiniest bit. Literally picked up one bag. Inside it was my tripod. I'm an idiot. This is my new cutting mat. I got it from Temu. It's grey on one side, black on the other. Got it because if I ever film like a video tutorial or anything, I hate that green colour of regular cutting mats, so got this one instead. I did want to just show you this fabric that I bought. I can't remember where I bought it from, but I'll see if I can find the link. They had gone out of stock of this, but hopefully they're back in stock now, and it's the most gorgeous feeling. I'm not sure what the actual fabric is, but look at the pattern. I think the pattern's called Market Day, and it's got tomatoes and peppers and like a little shopping bag with lemons in it. And I just thought, it was a very me kind of pattern. I ended up getting maybe like 2 meters of it because it was quite pricey, especially when I'm so used to shopping at Boys. But it was very nice to support an independent like retailer. And this pattern that I'm printing, although I'm not going to do this today, it's got like a little top with it, like a cami tie front, like, what are they called? Not sure. I'll insert it on screen. So I thought I bought that pattern because I could make this into that. I think that'd be cute. I'll need to probably mock that up, but I just had to show you this fabric because it's gorgeous. I do need to figure out my fabric storage though. Maybe that's a video that I'll film soon because I'm getting quite the collection. Like, obviously the 2 towels, I have this tablecloth I bought at the same time, and my little sewing cupboard behind me is pretty much full. And then there's also this bag of like leftovers, there's some behind the chair. We've got a lot going on. Pattern pieces are cut. That always takes way longer than I thought. So I've got the shorts piece and then a waistband, and then I do have the back pieces, but obviously we're not going to use that. You can't even see my head. I realised I should probably actually quickly read the pattern. I've got an awful feeling I'm going to need another towel. Who's going to go to Asda? Probably me. So that's one. I have to cut 2 of the same panel. I suppose I could do like different stripes. So I could do a front stripe. No, that's not going to work, is it? Oh no, what have I done? Maybe I should have bought a bath sheet rather than a bath towel. Probably would have been sensible. But I can't exactly return it now because I've had it for ages and I don't know where the receipt would be. So basically I need 2, I think I'm going to have to do the fabric with the stripes going horizontally. I need 2 of the front and then 2 of the back, which I don't think it's gonna fit. Oh, it's so close. That's so annoying. Oh, I'm gonna have to go Asda. Progress. We've got something that resembles a pair of shorts. I have no idea which is the front and which is the back, so I guess I'll just figure that out when I try them on. But I've managed to get the lines to line up pretty well, I think. The stripes, and especially down the side seam. I'm pretty happy with that. This is the first time I've ever sewn with a stripy thing, and I realised as I was cutting them out that I'm gonna have to pattern match. So yeah. Hopefully that's alright. I think this is the front. If so, I'm happy with that because they're more lined up than the back is. I'm now going to do the waistband, and I actually decided to do the waistband with the stripes going the other way. I thought it'd just add a bit of interest, but that meant that I had to cut it into 2 bits rather than just the 1 piece, which is not what the pattern asked for. So I don't think there's a right and wrong side on these towels. To be honest, they look pretty much the same. So I'm just going to connect these together and then sort the waistband out, and then hopefully we've got a pair of shorts. Although lesson learned, next time buy a bath sheet because hopefully that would fit in. I've now spent like £14 on 2 towels when it could have cost me a tenner. Every little helps, you know. But hopefully these fit and look really cute. I'll be honest, it was slightly touch and go there for a second, but I've done it. Look at them! I love them, however, few notes. The elastic that I used was too thick, so like the inner seam is really messy. Like I need to go around and like chop all that out. And also I think next time I use this pattern I need to account for the fact that I've got quite a big bum. This is the perfect size, but I think it just needs a little bit of like extra fabric up here, just so I don't get like the V thing. Can you see that? Or am I just like imagining it? They feel like a little bit too low on the bum area, unless I need to wear them lower, not sure. But they're very comfy. I'm very impressed with myself. Like, or is this the front? Is this the back? There's a poochy bit. Should we try them the other way? Hang on. Or are they this way? No, it must be the other way, surely. Much comfier. I'm going to put a label in the back of them so I know which way's front and back. And I might put a patch pocket on one of the bum cheeks, but not today. I'm losing patience. I very nearly broke the sewing machine. It was just a lot of fabric for it to be pushing through. I think I need like a walk-in presser foot. Not sure if I've just completely made that up, but I'm sure I've heard that that's a thing. So I'm going to look into that, but I'm well happy with these. Do you think they're cute? Let me know. I think maybe could do with a little bit less fabric on the front and a little bit more fabric on the back, but I don't know if that's just me. I'm keeping the shorts on so I can show my boyfriend because he's on his way home from work, but we have a new toy. You might be able to see on the picture. You see that? It is a camping kitchen setup. Now, if you watched the camping vlog, you'll have seen that we were saying that we needed some kind of solution other than just like a dining table, because there wasn't anywhere to put the cooker and eat and play games, blah blah blah. So first world problems. We found this. I think it was like £62, which seems really good value. Hopefully I still think that when we open it, but hopefully this will be the answer to our problem. Honestly, this is cracking me up. You can't say we do things by halves, can you? This is very clever though, like obviously it fits our existing stove thing perfectly. There's a hole at the back for the pipe to go down, for the gas bottle to stand probably underneath here. In these cupboards they velcro on and then these shelves go in, so it makes it more sturdy, and there's one at the bottom, same on that side. I don't think we'll actually put this up when we're camping because there is a shelf underneath it already, like a metal shelf, and it's probably easier to just use that rather than putting it in there. Although that is quite a big cupboard, I guess you could store stuff in there and zip it up for overnight. But yeah, very extra. So we had a bit of a debate as a couple. I originally wanted to make sure we got one that was quite small and compact because I'm trying to keep our setup quite light. Obviously there's the tent on top of the car, like everything adds up, but the weight difference between getting this one with like both cupboards and a single one, it was literally like nothing. So you can actually just use it with one side open. So if we're like stuck for space or whatever, you can only open one side if you want. So yeah, and it was like £10 difference, so we did it. Quick little shout out to L'Oreal as well, my faves, for sending me some goodies. So I've got the Paradise Big Deal Mascara, which I've never tried, so we'll report back. This Lumi Glotion Glow Boosting Highlighter. So we'll see. The Revitalift Brightening Cleanser with vitamin C and salicylic acid. Very excited to try this because I have loved and used these 3 products for years. So this is the vitamin C serum. I'm actually using one of these currently and I love it. I'm on my second bottle, so I've now got a backup. This I use every day as a face sun cream, doesn't break me out, doesn't feel heavy, anything like that. They've actually got a tinted one of this out, which I think I might buy. And then L'Oreal Elnet. This is like classic dance show hairspray. If I spray this, it'll remind me of dance shows, but I've used this for years again, and it's the Stronghold one, so thank you, L'Oreal. Also got this from CeraVe, Balancing Air Foam Cleanser, and again, I love CeraVe, so excited to try this out too. I haven't made the bed today either because Gus was being too cute for me to disturb him, and I've just used that excuse all day and rolled with it, even though he's now not here. I asked on Instagram for some questions so we could do a little Q&A. I'm gonna go with like maybe 5 questions because your girl likes to yap. A lot about being creative. Do you still use Adobe or have you found any cheaper, better options? I wish I could say I'd found a cheaper, better option. I have not. I still use Adobe. I use it at work when I'm in my office job, and I use it at home when I'm working for myself. I do use Canva a lot, which is £10 a month, mainly just for like social media graphics. But I'm still an Adobe girl through and through. I just love them. Oh, this is a cute question. Where is the one place you always imagine running away to if you're feeling stressed? Mine is always Scotland. See, I think my first thought was just to my parents' house because I always feel really zen at my parents' house. But if we're gonna go place, maybe the Lake District. Now the Lake District is somewhere that I only discovered within the past 5 years, but there's been moments where we'll just sit and sunbathe by a lake and it's so peaceful, or like go paddleboarding. It just really switches my brain off. So probably the Lake District. I feel like that's a solid one. Or camping. Anywhere camping also does the same. A few people are saying they love my hair. Thank you. I think it's got a bit lighter. Kat did say that it will get lighter because it's so light underneath, so it might take a couple of goes for it to like stay, but it's kind of gingery vibes and I love it. I thought I was going to hate it because I've always had cool toned hair anytime it's been lighter, but I really enjoy it, and thank you. Last week's video was the first video I'd seen myself with the hair, and I feel like that was the real test because usually in the past I've realised it doesn't suit me when I'm editing my videos, and so far so good, so thank you. What keeps you creatively inspired outside of client work and social media? Now this one is hard because I feel like at the minute I'm in a bit of creative burnout, but in the past, I guess just going out and seeing the world has helped, listening to podcasts, reading books, but at the minute I do feel like I'm in a little bit of a creative rut, so that's kind of a hard question to answer, and I feel like it's fine to not always feel like creatively inspired, and just to be doing whatever your 100% is at the minute. Like sometimes my full effort is only, I don't know how to phrase this, I've seen someone say this before, sometimes the most you can give is 60%. So if you're just giving 60% and that's your best, you're doing your best, right? Sometimes you can work at 100% and that's great. You've got the capacity to work at 100%. And I think I need to learn that it's okay to be either or. I don't always have to be at like 100 mile an hour to get stuff done. I feel like I've been struggling with creativity a lot this year actually. So if anyone has any tips on how to stay creatively inspired, let me know because I'm not sure right now I'm the best person to answer that question. Hi Alice, what made you get into creating graphics? Your work/designs are so good. Thank you. I feel like I've not shared my graphics or like arty self online recently other than through like crafting, like crocheting, sewing, which is definitely not graphic design. I actually just have always loved getting creative, even from being young. My earliest memory of like learning Photoshop and like the more graphic designer things was in like year 9, or maybe it was in year 6. I went to this thing called Computer Club for Girls, and I don't know if in that we learnt coding or if we learnt like software, like graphic design stuff. Either way, that kind of ignited my spark for like using digital things. And then in year 9 we had the opportunity to do an after school club to learn like photography and Photoshop and stuff, so that's when I first started doing that. And then I basically just followed those YouTube tutorials and taught myself how to use Photoshop. Went to uni at the age of 20-ish, and then started using Illustrator. Hadn't used Illustrator till then, and I hated it when I first started using it. I just could not grasp it, I don't know why. I found it so difficult, but now I use Illustrator more than Photoshop, interestingly. And then during uni we got introduced to After Effects and stuff. But last question, number 5, how are you doing? How's life and work? I hope you're doing well. Thank you. I'm doing all right. I think ever since I got back from Corfu, I thought I was going to feel refreshed and recharged. I think in reality I probably needed a little bit longer of a break. And leading up to Corfu, I was like burning myself, like from both ends. and I don't think I gave my brain enough time to stop. So I'm kind of running on, you know when I said the percentage, I feel like I'm running at like 50% pretty constantly at the minute, which can be frustrating. But in terms of like working at my part-time job, great. I've now officially been there for 1 year, which is wild. It's gone so quickly. Everyone there is so lovely, still very much enjoying it, so that is really good. Work for me has been a bit quieter in terms of like brand deals or like having the creative spark to do any TikTok filming or reels or whatever, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing considering my creative brain space is all a bit like mushy at the minute. So yeah, life, relationships, good. Camping was incredible, so zen. We're going camping again this weekend, of course, like I said. So yeah, we've got a nice good balance of things. It's just my personal Alice Thorpe creative work is, I feel like, suffering a little bit, but I've got other things to fall back on with having this part-time job now, so I need to not let that affect me as much as it would have in the past. I've got some cushioning. I think at this point my neighbours are really used to me just doing the plants in my pyjamas. Today's pyjamas I feel like are more elite than other ones. These are the Toy Story ones that I got from Primark and they are so good. I hope they do more in this kind of material. It's like really soft, buttery material. 10 out of 10 from me. You might be able to hear pots and pans around, but my boyfriend is cooking, I'll do the cleaning, and I'm either gonna play Planet Zoo because I've got really addicted to that on the PlayStation, or I'm going to continue this crochet that I haven't done much on at all. This is definitely not going to be finished by summer, but I feel like it takes the fun out of things when there's too much of a time limit on it, so I'm just going to do that pretty leisurely. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed this little day in the life. I know it's been very random, but my days tend to look like that, so I hope that's okay. If you got to the end of this video, comment down below this emoji, and I know you got to the very end. Let me know one thing that you are looking forward to for the rest of this week. I'd love to know. For me personally, I'm really looking forward to going camping, if you can't already tell. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week for another one. Bye!